Hey, this will be a video chart on ticker symbol TRTC. We will take a look at the daily time frame. Before I get started, we'd like to note that please check my disclaimer. If you follow my videos, you've seen me do this one many times before and want to get back up here and do it again because hopefully I'm stating the obvious when I say the chart has gone into beast mode again, not only necessarily with these past 4 days, but just overall in terms of a longer term frame too, where you see the bottom came in here, and then since then it's just been putting in higher lows after higher lows, and now it's really putting in not only a new higher low, but it's putting in some new highs that have not been seen for quite a while. So all sorts of good stuff going on. So let's just hop right in and start to break things down. The big thing that happened today that I was curious about was, could it get through and maintain above this pink line here, which is the 200-day simple moving average, a key level of resistance? And question was answered. Price actually gapped up above it, and not only did it hold above it, but it separated and closed well above it. So it's not like it just barely closed above it or anything like that. Managed to gap up, move all the way up there, and you can see a little bit of a back test right there where it came down, and that's what you'd want to see it act like, where resistance turns into support, and then it bounced up from there and almost closed at high of the day. Didn't quite do it, but pretty darn close. So all in all, from today's action in and of itself, very strong and very good sign that it was able to maintain and get above the key level of resistance up here at the 200-day, which brings me to my next point. This is the newest level of support for the chart, right here at 11 cents. Again, that's the 200-day simple moving average. The next level of support after that is going to be, and it's always good when you have to go way back into the chart. I know I could zoom up more on the chart, but in order to find these levels of support, and then as you'll see resistance, got to go back way into the history. So maybe a little harder to see, but for good reason. Right here is going to be the next key area of support, and if you look back through here, you can see the history of the chart multiple times. The price has bounced right around this area, and this level is right there at 10 cents. So not a huge shock, one of those round numbers where psychologically usually is a support or resistance. So no surprise to see it happening again. In fact, yesterday you can see after this gap up, pulled back, and lo and behold, look right where it bounced off of that 10-cent mark. So 10 cents is going to be another area of support. The ideal level of support, meaning ideally, if you were to ask me what would make the chart look the strongest, it would be if the 200-day can hold. But by no means, if the price drops below here, should you panic or anything like that, because you still do have the 10-cent mark down there. And even that, if this were to not hold, you still have the next key level of support, and that is right here at 9 cents. Now, where does this one come from? Well, again, you look here, you can see it acted as a resistance when it was broken. Big move happened. Then right there on this crazy day, lo and behold, look right where that bounced off of, 9 cents, acted as resistance. When the price fell below it, you can see once again, acted as resistance a bunch of times there, and then when the price broke above it, once again shot up. So lots of price history around this 9-cent mark, and that's going to be the other area of support. And then the final area of support I want to talk about is just this purple line down here, which is the 50-day simple moving average. And I know nobody wants to hear this, but before you crucify me, just hear me out. The price could drop all the way down there, and as long as it stays above there, the overall chart would remain bullish. Now, I know nobody wants to see it drop all the way down there, and I'm not saying it will, but let's just say that it were to drop all the way down here, find support, and then head back up. Within the grand scheme of things, this low would be higher than these lows, which would be higher than these lows. So when you draw your uptrend tool to draw your trend line and connect those lows, you would still be able to draw an uptrend, and uptrends is the name of the game. So again, I'm not saying it will go down there, just showing that the price has all sorts of supports below you, and as long as the 50-day continues to hold strong, it's going to continue to be sloping upwards, and that's what the overall trend is going to be monitored by, is that 50-day simple moving average. In terms of resistance levels, first level right now is going to be right up here at, we'll just call it 13 cents. Looking through the history of the chart, you can see acted as resistance there, and then of course today. And then after 13 cents, nothing until, didn't mean to do that. Let me grab that again. So there's that resistance. There's what I meant to do. And then after that, nothing until all the way up there at just slightly below 16 cents. And then out of curiosity, what's after 16 cents? And then after 16 cents, I mean, we're not really talking about anything until, well up around 20 cents. So lots of potential here to move. But I know that's kind of stating the obvious when it's been making this gigantic move the past couple weeks anyways. But all in all, great looking chart. Hopefully it's on your radar. If it's not, this is one where it's very tradable. Looking down there at the liquidity, all sorts of liquidity in it. So hop in and out, do whatever you want. But it's not like one of these where it's got, $10,000 trading and good luck sort of selling type thing. So again, get it on your radars. If there are any other questions, let me know. If not, TRTC. Thanks for listening.